Bartender.
Ah, Jedis. I had no ideas. What can I do for you, Honored Jedis?
I'm no Jedi. I'm just a guy with a lightsaber and a few questions.
If you're not familiar with Kyle Katarn, he was a mercenary working with the rebellion prior to the Battle Before Yavin timeline. His original mission was to steal the Death Star plans and legends, well before the Rogue One plot was established within the Disney Star Wars timeline. Kyle Katarn's story started with the Dark Forces video game series from LucasArts back in the late 90s or so through the early 2000s. The game was built on the original Doom game engine and plays very similar to the original Doom. The series grew and went down a different path, eventually making Kyle Katarn a Jedi trained under Luke Skywalker post the events of Return of the Jedi. Very similar timeline to like the Mandalorian show. Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy were the follow-up sequels to Dark Forces. They're very fun games to check out if you haven't played them already. Definitely worth the play. Kyle Katarn was portrayed by actor Jason Court in the in-game cinematics for Dark Forces 2. However, in the sequel game, they went with a slightly different character model, looking a lot different than Jason Court's version of Katarn in the Dark Forces 2. The character of Cassian Andor is basically the canon version of Kyle Katarn, minus the whole becoming a Jedi plot. Not to mention, we already know that Cassian Andor dies by the end of Rogue One prior to the A New Hope timeline, which means there still could be room for Kyle Katarn in Disney Star Wars. He just wouldn't be the one stealing the plans to the very first Death Star. Aside from the Death Star plans mission, Kyle Katarn still had one of the coolest legend story arcs of any character introduced in the extended universe of Star Wars. Keanu Reeves is a name that comes up from time to time. It's come up a few times in the past as like a fan favorite casting choice. I remember the first time I heard about Keanu Reeves for Star Wars, the fans really wanted the Matrix actor to portray like a live action Darth Revan. I still think that him playing Darth Revan would be really cool. I personally would love to see him take on the role of Kyle Katarn, a former Jedi Padawan to Luke Skywalker, who has gone back to the life of being a rebel mercenary. I feel like it would be a fun, interesting take on the character, and cool to see Keanu Reeves' portrayal of him. I am in no way, shape, or form saying that this is something that's in the works or like Disney or Keanu have confirmed this or anything. I just think it would be a fun idea. I played around with editing Keanu Reeves onto an existing picture of Kyle Katarn from Dark Forces 2 cinematic. Just kind of having some fun with it. And I think it actually looks pretty good. So I would be interested to see what that would look like. And again, this is no confirmation that that's going to happen. And also, there's probably quite a few other actors that might be a better fit for the role of Kyle Katarn than Keanu Reeves. But it was just fun to play around with the idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who would you like to see portray Kyle Katarn, or would you rather we didn't even have a live action version and we just kind of left him in the LucasArts and the extended universe plot? Thanks for watching.